Good evening, everyone. Jamie, we'll start with you for Sky Sports when everyone's ready.
Evening, Nick.
Evening.
I was no smash and grab, backs to the wall, 2-0. You completely outplayed them from start to finish. You must be so pleased with that.
Look, I'm really pleased with the performance. I won't use any sort of adjectives or anything that would be derogatory, but I thought we were excellent as a team. I can only speak for my own team, and I thought right from start to finish we were aggressive, we were organised, we went after the game, scored 2 very good goals. Had situations where we could have scored more as well. It wasn't like, as you said, it wasn't a smash and grab. We weren't defending for our life late on, and that shows that we got a lot of facets to our game, and I'm really pleased and really proud of the performance, proud of the players especially, but proud of the staff, because we've had to go through some stuff. You know, I've had people calling me out. I'm not this. I'm not. I've even had non-league managers calling me out saying I'm not good enough. So it's been a tough. You know, we've had to go through some tough things, but we showed today that we make sane decisions, we make good decisions, and I'm really pleased for that, because that's a reward for recent weeks, because regardless of results, we've been building performances.
You talk about the stunning stuff you've been through personally. Just how difficult has that been? And I know you want to praise the players, but if you could just blow your own trumpet for a little bit, to have one of the greatest managers of all time here and to get the better of him must be a hugely proud moment.
Look, it's a proud moment for me, because to go up against him, to be on the same level of him, you know, is wonderful. Is what I've worked very, very hard over my 33-year career to do, and you know, I've believed I've earned the right to be here. Whether people think I'm good enough or not doesn't really affect me, because I've been questioned at every level I've been at, as a player, as a human, and I like to respond. You know, so it's been tough, but it's what you paid for as a manager. You know, I've been in tough situations. I was Stoke City, which is possibly one of the toughest places you can manage for reasons which you'll have no idea about. But you have to come through that, and I'm better equipped for that, you know, because I learn. I'm a born-again Christian, so I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and he gives me faith every day. And to go, and I had consummate faith in my own ability, regardless of anyone else, because I've never relied on anyone else. So yeah, it's been a tough week. It's been a tough little time, but look, you just got to believe in what you do. And if you believe in what you do, then that's the only thing that matters.
Thank you. Well played.
Jacob?
David, you set up in a 4-2-3 well with Ward-Prowse number 10. It was really aggressive and really fast start. What was the thinking behind that?
We've started pretty much that in most games, if I'm honest. It's a myth about long ball and 3 at the back. At times, second half we played 3 at the back, because we matched City up. City changed, had solutions to beat the 4-2-3-1, and we changed, and we thought we were flexible, tactically really good, and that's what it was. But we wanted to go after the game. We wanted to be aggressive. We felt that was the best way to do it. And City, these are one of the best sides in the world, with the best manager in the world, the most innovative manager of all time, I think. So we knew that we had to be at our best, but we showed from minute 1 to 96 and a half that we were good. We can be a very good Premier League side.
Just tactically, you were talking through Musa throughout the first half, but he found himself on the left of the goal. What was his remit today? It seemed like he had a specific remit.
No, well, look, we were out of possession. Against Fulham we were really organised. Against Forest, they hardly had a chance in 90 minutes, regardless of the apparent ineptitude of the performance. Palace exactly the same, and today, so we showed we were building, but didn't have any specific remit. You know, we wanted to be aggressive against the ball and go after the game, because if you let City get it close to your box regularly, they'll hurt you. So we knew that our best chance of doing that is to go up and be aggressive against them.
How important is it that fans now see the identity that you want to play with and you want to impose yourself in every single game?
It'll take time to see stuff, because immediately perception sometimes kicks in, that when someone kicks a ball long, it's suddenly I've turned into Billy the Fish or someone, and that ain't right. If you go back through my history, I played a diamond where we have 70% of possession with the highest scorers in Europe, apart from Barcelona and Man City, in my time playing a diamond. And then at Luton, I had to play a certain way, because we had one of the lowest budgets in the Championship, but at a top 6 club. And that sometimes takes innovation, takes different things and play into your strengths. Now I've come here and I'm building something. And look, I want to build something. I want to build a free-flowing, fluid attacking side. That isn't going to happen overnight. With the greatest of respect, the manager I've come up against tonight has had time. He's been able to buy, to think, and he's created one of the greatest teams of all time. But it didn't happen in 4 weeks. So I don't know what people expect in 4 weeks. I ain't David Blaine. you know, produce magic, or Paul Daniels. I have to build, and I need time to do that. And if I do that, I'll give him a team that they can be proud of. Because I can't remember many times Southampton being as dominant against Man City.
Mark. Hi Nathan, it's Romeo Lavia, okay?
Yeah, it's always Romeo Lavia. We're told that there's a number of minutes that he could do this week, so there's always a plan to do that.
And you said recently Lyanco had repaid you for that mistake. Is he in credit now?
Look, Lyanco's a wonderful, wonderful human being. He's a little bit crazy at times, but we like crazy. We like crazy. I have to be crazy because otherwise I wouldn't be at this level if I wasn't at a crazy edge. You know, I'd be working in a supermarket back in the Rhondda Valley. So we like crazy. But he's been superb. When he gives a goal away, you know, he hurts, and I hurt, and he understands that. But he's been magnificent in 2 games. To keep Wilfred Zaha as quiet as he did shows he's a wonderful player. And then tonight he's done the same to Jack Grealish. And that shows that I'm not being disrespectful to those 2 players, because they're 2 wonderful Premier League players that can rip you apart. And he's been outstanding, absolutely outstanding. And I love him. I absolutely love him. I love his character. I love the way he trains. I love the way he goes about stuff. And he doesn't smell too bad either.
You talked us a little bit about team selection. Obviously, with Everton, there was had to get it spot on pretty much. But you know, we had Sekou come in. Musa Djenepo hasn't started too many games underneath you, but still, you got a performance from the whole team that was, well, we know it was incredible.
But this is what we're kind of saying. We're creating an environment and a culture at the football club that, when you have to make changes, people know exactly what they do. There was a big thing about Man City on the weekend, that whatever players they put into that starting 11 know exactly what they're doing, and that's what we're creating. We're creating a culture where if they don't start, they don't sulk, they don't moan, they don't not do training properly. They train because they're going to get opportunities, because it's a squad game now, and this is the culture and environment that we are creating here. And given time, we will create that culture to win football games.
And just finally, your reaction to the draw of Newcastle in the semis?
Well, look, in semi-final, it's going to be tough. It won't be any tougher than playing Man City. So I watched the game where Newcastle were here prior to my appointment, and we've got to be better than that. And over 2 games, but what a wonderful game. One, we play here first, and then we go to one of the cathedrals of English football with close to 60,000 in there, and what a wonderful occasion. But it's a semi-final of a cup. It's a good feeling.
Thanks, Alfie.
Thank you, Jordan. Leading Nathan. You sort of spoke about wanting the time to build something, and being given the time. Obviously, supporters come into that, and that they were very impatient at first. You sort of think about how massive these 2 wins have been in them having patience with what you're building now, and how much you've changed perceptions.
I don't know if I've changed perceptions or not. I mean, within 10 minutes of the Brighton game, I was inept. I've worked hard to get to the level I am, and people can have their opinions. As I said, I had a non-league manager criticising me the other day. Baffled me, absolutely baffled, because I don't speak about having a Waterlooville or anyone down there. I don't have the disrespect to speak about a level I don't know about. But I've worked hard to get here. So everyone needs time, because not a manager in the world has a magic wand. Everyone needs time to build something. There are big clubs where have unlimited resources that need time to grow and to build and to do that. They have to make tough decisions. They have to go through some tough times. I've been through some tough times, but that's what you paid for. That's why you want to be the manager. That's why you want to test yourself. And I came here to test myself, because I knew it was a tough job, but I love it. I absolutely love it, and my players have responded tonight. So what one thing you can tell from inside is, I got a group of players that want to work for me, and as a manager, nothing else matters.
Absolutely, and it's a young player who has struggled in a couple of games, but I think is today absolutely paid you back any faith that you've shown. To Gavin Bazunu goal, absolutely imperious today. You were so quick to defend him, even after he'd made a couple of mistakes in a couple of games.
Gav's is a fantastic talent. Can be world class. He had a year last year at Rio. Tough level in terms of League One, and then to jump from League One and to have the weight of everything on his shoulders and come to the Premier League and come to a Premier League side that hadn't won a hell of a lot in terms of thing, is difficult. It's a big weight on his shoulders, but he showed character, he showed desire, and sometimes you need a manager to show faith in you. The worst thing he could have done is me come out and criticise him and stuff. He knows what he's done. He don't need me to tell him. he's been excellent, and he's been excellent in the last 2 games, and he's got his just rewards tonight from keeping a clean sheet. Because clean sheets, regardless of how fluent you want to be and everything, clean sheets will give you the platform to win football games. But if you don't keep clean sheets, then you'll be chasing games.
Following the last 2 wins, how much are you looking forward now to being able to go to Goodison Park with a lot of momentum and some away fans who will be excited to watch your team play?
Can you guarantee me they'll be excited?
I think that'll be-
Okay. We've got 2 days to prepare and recycle them and go, and look, it'll be a tough place. Everton's a tough place to go. They're in the same predicament as us. But these are our levels. If we attain these levels now, then we'll be fine.
Yeah, Nathan, I just wanted to ask about that first goal. Lyanco stepping up to win the ball, Sekumar making a really positive run in front of his marker. I guess that's kind of the front-footed, aggressive approach that you've been talking about these last few weeks, just emphasized in one moment.
Look, absolutely, but I think there was a lot of moments there where we were aggressive and front-footed, and we need to be that, and the players have taken that on board, and we have been aggressive in recent weeks. We were aggressive against Brighton, it's just they were very good, and we didn't get the thing, but we didn't sit back in. We went after Brighton, it's just they're very, very good, very difficult to play against with no striker. So we wanted to be aggressive there, and that showed me that we can be aggressive. Then Fulham, we went away and aggressive and were really good, and we were excellent for a 25-minute period where we should have scored again, and then we conceded from set play. So there's context to performances, but my job is to look deeper, not listen to noise, not listen to everything, not always look at results, but look at performances, look deeper, look at the things we've worked on. Has that come through? And I've been reasonably pleased, not pleased with performances, because I like winning games, and I'm used to winning games at a different level. So for me, it's about looking deeper and then making sure that I'm focused, making sure that I am bang on it and not affected by anything else. And that's a strength of character. And to be fair, my team today rewarded me for that, and they did as they did on the weekend.
And just lastly for me, I mean, it really seemed like there was a real mean streak in the team tonight. You know, players willing to take fouls in moments when you need to stop the flow of the game, willing to kick the ball away a little bit maybe when the team when City got a free kick. It's something that at times a lot of fans felt has been lacking so far this season, just a team that maybe has been too naive, too almost kind to their opposition. Do you think that is important, instilling that mean streak into this team?
Absolutely. It's all about being aggressive, but managing the game and becoming this football seed that we want to do. Southampton have been, under the previous manager, they were a really aggressive football club. You know, and they've had some fun. He did a fantastic job with the previous manager, so don't ever think that I'll be disrespecting that job. Lately, they've struggled for results. So we've now got to re-add that. And the reason I took it is because there's a real alignment between the previous manager and myself in terms of out of possession things, and then I'll be slightly different than him in possession. But today we showed it was a complete performance today, and we showed elements of it where we managed the game, where we did things where we didn't have that naivety that we've shown in certain weeks. But look, just a good night. We won't get carried away because we've got to go again. We could come back down to earth with a bang on the weekend. But what we have to do is maintain those levels. If we maintain those levels, we'll be fine.
Thank you, Jordan. Nathan, just a quick one about midfield. In the first half especially, it looked like Romeo and James were pressing all over Calvin Phillips. Was that a deliberate tactic because you knew he was going to play a few days in advance?
Look, it wasn't. We've shifted Prowsey to a 10 position because we felt he understands however we want to press, he understands it, and he has the athleticism to do that. And he's been, let's be honest, he's been wonderful for me since I've come in. You know, productivity and product, everything. He's been superb. And tonight was his best game. And yeah, we wanted him to get around Calvin Phillips and then jump off shape and press, and he did everything really well. Then second half, when he had to go into a slightly lower position and press and be aggressive from there, he was. And then we always know he has real quality, you know.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Who's the normally manager?